Hello and welcome to this video. So in this video I'm going to demonstrate a project made by me using Microsoft's Autogen Agentic AI framework, and this project uses Notion's MCP server, which internally calls Notion tools to create uh, let's say a page on Notion, or fetch any particular data from any particular page. Okay, so let's start with the demonstration. So here we have used I have used multiple tools over here. As you can see, I have used Flask to create a web server at the local level. I've used NGROK to create a tunnel between my local server and a public URL that will be provided by NGROK. And I have used MCP, Autogen, definitely to Autogen to basically create my agentic AI. And in Autogen I've used assistant agent, and apart from assistant agent I've used round robin group chat team to execute this whole process. So let's start with it. I've also used OpenAI's O4 mini LLM model for providing the LLM capabilities, or the AI capabilities, I would say. So I'll run the project. This is the name of my file, and now I'll be getting a public URL as well as the local host URL on which my project will be running. So this is my public URL and this is my localhost URL. What I'll do is I'll copy both the URLs. So firstly I'll copy my localhost URL and show you, or let's say and show you how the things work. So as you can see, there's my Notions page, and here in Notions page, these are the pages that are created so far. I'll create a new page, but before creating the new page, I'll show you some other endpoints that are there. Okay, so as you can see, my Flask is running properly for this application. This is the root endpoint, and here I have displayed Notion MCP project Autogen. I've created one more URL which is called as health, and this API is or endpoint is to check the health. So Notion MCP project is live and running. Health is okay. I have created the front end using Lovable. So this is the front end, as you can see. I'll copy my latest public URL and put it in my front end. So here I have entered my base URL. These are the endpoints as I showed you just now in localhost, the root endpoint as well as the health check endpoint, and the third endpoint is my run endpoint, where I have to give my task for my team, and accordingly the team, based on the task given to the team will make use of Notion's MCP server and execute that particular task in Notion. So first task which I would like to give over here is create a page in Notion with name as Notion MCP demo, and I'll send the request. Now what this internally does is basically the team, round robin team, will run. It will ask the agent it will pass on this task to the agent, and the agent will understand this task based on the tools it has in its disposal, which is the MCP Notion MCP server. It will use that server to pass on this request, and that's how the page will be created. As you can see, the different communication has happened between the user and the agent, and tool calls were made, and finally the page was created. And at the end, as you can see over here, the agent has replied that your Notion page, Notion MCP demo has been created successfully. You can access it here. This is the URL which the agent has given. And then finally the whole process was terminated using the terminate keyword because the task was completed. Let's go to the Notion page. As you can see, this page is created, Notion MCP demo. Now what I'll do is I'll show you one more capability of Notion MCP server by fetching the data from this newly created page. So what I'll do is I'll enter some content over here, and then I'll ask my agent to fetch the content of this particular page. So what I'll do is hello to Autogen. Welcome. Okay, so this is the content that I have entered. This gets auto saved. Now what I'll do is I'll go to my Lovable Frontend, and I'll give another task to my agent. So this is the task I've given. Task has to be given in JSON format, and this is the label, key value pair format, you can say. I'm sending the request. This endpoint, as you can see, is provided by NGROK. It's a free endpoint. It changes after it changes on every run, I would say. And these are the endpoints that I've created. Yes, so request successful, status 200. These are all the communications, and finally if I check, then this is the content that my team has fetched using the NotionMCP server fetch tool. Here is the content of from the Notion page, Notion MCP demo. Hello to Autogen, welcome. So that's how I have demonstrated my Notion MCP project using Autogen. That's it in this video. Thank you.